There are a few involvement of each member throughout the time in processing of finishing the project. Each member have different task distribution. For example, Yi Hao and Kelvin are quite good in coding, so they are in charge of typing out the coding and check out for the bug of the program. Yi Hao also communicate with the professor to confirm the proposal of the project and exists in the video taking process. Meanwhile, Kelvin tests out the program and tries to run the coding to be sure it could be run and file suggestions of the project and type out the proposal of the project too. Next, Kitt Yee records the task of each individual and the timeline of the group. She also collects and writes down the reflection and thoughts of each group member and gather all the information from the group members to compile. She double-checks to make sure every information needed in the assignment is ready. Hui Wei assists in typing out the code of the program, providing information about the program from the research through the internet and the strength and limitation of the program and record down as conclusion. She also helps to make sure the group's work is on the right track. Next, Hui Xin. She checks out each member to make sure everyone did their work and analyzes the coding of the program to identify the problem involved. She studied the coding of the program and prepared the flowchart. She also in charge of editing the video of the presentation. Last but not least, Suk Chin. She gives out idea in taking the video and editing the video of the presentation. She also researched about the importance of ICT in real life and record down as the introduction. Besides that, she also helps give out idea and assists in the video taking process. Not only that, she worked together with Hui Xin to check out each member's work and make sure everyone is right on track.
ICT is very important to our daily life. Things that we do are about the days is include about ICT. So, what is ICT? ICT is the information and communication technology. Now, let me give you an example why we say that ICT is very important to us in our daily life. So, let's think back in the ancient times. They used smoke and drum for long distance communication, and then they have telegraph. But now today, we have smartphone. By using this smartphone, it's easier for us to communicate. However, there's only a little amount of people realize that the contribution of ICT. So now, let's see how important of ICT to us. ICT in communication purpose. In the past, people used handwritten letter to communicate with others. But this process takes a long period of time, like few weeks or few months. However, with the development of ICT, distance is no longer an issue because we have SMS. This thing is fast, but then we are not satisfied yet. So, the scientists invented video call. Video call allows us not only to listen to their voice from the other part, but then also can see them, no matter how far they are. In a nutshell, ICT has brought us numerous benefits and improvements. But everything has pros and cons. So, we, humans, have to prevent of losing control to the advanced technology. This is because there's a fear of robot superseding human beings. So, humans must continue to be the master of the machines. There's a quoting from Christian Loh's Blanche. Technology is useful servant, but a dangerous master. Another benefit of ICT is that it allows humans to program games such as TIC-TAC-TOE.
In this assignment, our group has programmed the TIC-TAC-TOE game. And now, I would like to present the analysis part of our project that consists of the application system of our program, the input problem, and the output problem. So first of all, what is the TIC-TAC-TOE game? So it is also known as the Nought and Crosses game, or X or O's, and it's a game for two players. So in this game, both players represent an X or an O, and they take turns marking their representing traits, either an X or an O, in the spaces of a 3x3 grid. And a player who succeeds in placing 3 of the marks in a horizontal, vertical, or diagonal row wins the game. Regarding our program, we present all the spaces in a grid by numbers from 1 to 9, and players will need to select the numbers they want the space to be marked, and the marks will be displayed in the 3x3 grid. As for number of players, we designed this game to be played by either 1 or 2 players. For if it is only 1 player, he would need to play with our default program, and if it is 2 players, 2 of them would need to play with each other. And if the input of number of players is more than 2, then our program will never run because it is an invalid number in our game. Generally, there are 8 different positions to place marks in to win a tic-tac-toe game, and these are all the positions. So when the player successfully places marks in one of these positions, the game ends.
Wow.
The game ends with the win of that player, and the game can be restarted and be played again.
When designing our tic-tac-toe program, the first thing you do is create a few functions. For example, we have created void remove, void display, or void update. We also use switch in our program. In our switch, we have 4 cases. Case 1 is to add, case 2 is to remove, case 3 and 4 is to display the high score and the history respectively. When it comes to the function to return game status, we use the if else statement to do so. So you can see that we write the code to display the tic-tac-toe bar in a function which we name it void bar. When we want to add or update the data in our program, we use the text file to do so. By using the text file, we store the user input into the text file and then we read it again to display out to the program. You can clearly see an example for this is the username that input by the user. So when you run our program, the first thing you will see is our main page. In our main page, there are 4 options for you to choose. First one, new game. Second, to remove the old username. Third, view the history. Fourth, view the high score. So you can choose from these 4, and other than these 4, the program will show you invalid input. When you enter number 1, you are direct to enter the username for the player 1 and player 2. After entering these 2 username, the program will direct you to the game. In the game, players have to take turns to place their mark on the columns that they want. So whoever then successfully place their mark in a row, either in vertical, horizontal, or diagonal row, the one win the game. If you wish to change your old username in the program, then please enter number 2 in the main page. When you want to view the history, please enter number 3, and if you want to view the high score for the previous game, please enter number 4.
Throughout this project, there are various strengths and limitations that we have encountered. It comes from various aspects too. The strength of this project is we have learned additional codes online that's not in the syllabus to face the problem we have encountered while doing the program. Besides, we have built our teamwork by solving every single problem that we encounter together. Furthermore, we share our basic programming knowledge with one another to ensure there is no error in the program. The 3+3 tic-tac-toe game is a very challenging game. You are required to plan your strategy carefully, as one wrong move could lead to an opponent's victory or a draw game. Next, by playing the tic-tac-toe 3x3 game, it enables users to be more adaptable to different content and different situations. One of the limitations in this project is the lack of professional video editing software, as the professional video editing software is quite expensive. Therefore, we are forced to use a normal video editing software, which restricts our creativity towards video editing. Finally, the 3x3 tic-tac-toe game might be very interesting to you at a young age. As you grow older, you will find it less interesting. This is because as we age, our brain develops to an advanced level, to the point that you no longer find tic-tac-toe interesting. Therefore, the limitations of this program is it does not catch the interest of the user at all age. That's all for our strength and limitation. Thank you.
I learned a lot through this project, such as creating code for program and learn how to debug when the program is unable to run. Each group member have their own strength and limitation. For example, Kitt Yee and Yi Hao, they are both good in coding, therefore they are in charge of typing out the code. However, they have limited knowledge about coding and programming as they have less experience in it, so they need to look through the net for more information. Next, Hui Xin and Suk Chin. As they are both experienced in editing videos, Hui Xin is in charge of editing the video of the presentation with the assistance of Suk Chin. Suk Chin searched through the net for the importance of ICT in our daily life. They work together to check out the members' work to make sure everyone is right on track. The limitation and problem faced by them are they do not have a professional software of editing videos, and this limits their editing skills. Next, Hui Wei had researched about the program we chose, therefore she helps in giving ideas and opinions in coding when we have problems of the coding. She also searched through the net for the strength and limitation of the program we chose. Kitt Yee helps to record down the task and reflection of each member as she is a quite observant and careful person. She also in charge of gathering all the information from the members for compiled for final checking and proofread.